Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So this reading is around Harry's book, and as time comes nearer and nearer to the publication of that book, more and more information is coming out about the possibility of his being very vicious and hateful towards his family. So before I start, let's take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So what I'm going to do, I'm using the tarot Illuminati, which is a tarot deck that always reminds me of the royal family, especially because there is one card there that looks very much like King Henry VIII and one like Elizabeth I. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one card for each of the people of the royal family that Harry might hurt, and see what kind of energy does it give us. And I'll take 3 cards to see the actual energy that Harry is going to emit in his book. What people say is that it looks like 80% of the information will be something that things that we already know. 10% will be how Harry feels about things, and 10% will be really damning information. So I'm interested about that 10% and how damning his information will be towards each and every one of those royal family members that he might want to hurt. So let's start by clearing the deck. And I'm going to start with the energies around the book itself. So Prince Harry's book, what are the energies that we can look towards Prince Harry's book and the damning information he is said to reveal about the royal family? So when I'm taking 3 cards, I'm only cutting once, and I'm looking at the first card, which is the 5 of Cups, the second card, which is the 6 of Wands, and the third card, which is the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Cups is a card that shows despair. So Harry is in this desperate situation. He feels desperate. He feels that he has to do what he's doing in order to get the victory that he wants to get. But what he forgets is that he needs to go through the 5 of Wands energy before he goes to gets the victory. So the 5 of Wands is about getting the victory, but if you ask for help, and the help has to be unconventional help. Usually, I'm talking about help that is a mental therapy, some kind of therapy that will help him to get that victory. But this is also about some kind of weaker energy. So this is about getting unconventional help, and it's more than the help of his ghostwriter. If he wants to achieve that victory, this is what he wants to achieve, and he's willing to do whatever it takes because he's in this energy of despair right now. He really feels desperate. He feels that he has nothing to lose, and he wants that victory. He wants that so much. It doesn't matter who he hurts on the way, but he forgets that in order to get that victory, he needs to get that help, and this is unconventional help. And as long as he's not taking that not looking for the right kind of help, the help that can help him achieve that victory, he will stay in that place of despair. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the energy of what he might reveal about his brother. So what does Harry going to reveal about William? What is the information that Harry is going to reveal about William? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be good? And what I'm getting here is the Princess of Pentacles. So that is not such a bad energy. The Princess of Pentacles, that's like the Page of Pentacles, which is the clerk. And the clerk is someone who is very good in everything that is connected to work. So Harry cannot take that away from William. This is someone who knows how to keep everything organized, everything in order, someone who's very pedantic. What he is going to try and say about his brother is that his brother is acting cowardly. What he has been trying to say about him before, that he feels trapped and he's a coward and he's unable to get free from the things that are chaining him to the royal family. So this is the energy of what Harry is going to try and say about his brother, that he's trying to be, that he's a coward, that he's unable to adapt to changes, that he's adhering to things that he knows because he's stubborn. So this is what Harry is going to try and say about William, but he cannot take the good instances that William is, which is someone who's very good in work, someone who is very ordered, and someone who knows how to achieve what he wants to achieve. So that's William. The next card is Prince Charles. So what is Harry going to reveal about Prince Charles? So let's start with asking, what is Prince Harry going to reveal about his father, Prince Charles, in his book? And the card that I'm getting here is Five of Pentacles. So first of all, Harry is going to claim once more that Prince Charles didn't give him the money that he should have given him when he left the royal family. He will try to convince everyone that Prince Charles is in this energy of destruction and failure because he's been acting as someone who feels threatened, and because of that he is also adhering to what he knows, and this led to this energy of destruction and failure. So what he's going to try and claim, just like he will try to claim it for his brother, he will try to claim it for his father, that his father was unable to adapt to changes, that he is too stubborn and adhering to the things that he knew, and because of that, and because he felt threatened, he ended up in this destruction and failure place. But this is also about Harry's complaining that that Charles did not give him the money that he thought that he owed him. So this is going to be more of a rant about the fact that Charles has been mean and hasn't been generous enough, and despite the fact that he had the money, he clanged to it and he did not give Harry the money that he deserved. So this is going to be the most damning thing that Harry is able to find about his father. All of the other things, the things that he can say about his relationship with Camilla or his relationship with Diana, all of those things are things that are already in the public domain, or things that we all already know. There isn't much that Harry can discover about his father that we don't know. So the most damning information is to come out and say that Charles was not generous enough with him, that it didn't give him enough money and led him to Harry himself into this destruction place and place of poverty in a way. Okay, the next card is about the Queen. So what is Harry going to discover about the Queen in his book? What is Harry going to say about the Queen in his book? Is he going to attack her? Is he not going to attack her? What are we going to see? The Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords, that's the energy of the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, that is the spoiled kid. So that is someone who is not used to doing things by himself, but waits for others to do things for him. This is the most damning thing that he can say about the Queen. So he's going to claim that the Queen, although she's hardworking, although she's she's very good with everything that she's doing, she is also a stubborn woman, someone who is not doing things by herself. She's relying on others to do things for her, and he will start giving us all sorts of example of how the Queen is relying on others to help her in everything. But this is not going to be a really damning thing about the Queen, because we all know that the Queen is very hardworking. There isn't something here that he can come out and tell us that we don't know about the Queen. And as much as he wants to try and to say things about her, he just cannot, because he feels too much of closeness to her, so he won't be able to find or to be able to tell anything really damning about her. This is the only thing here, is to say that she is someone who relies on others to do things for her. But this is not something new. This is something that we all already know. Okay, now more interesting information is he going to say something about Catherine? So let's start by clearing the deck a little. And is Harry going to say damning information about Catherine? And if he does, what is it? What kind of information will Harry say about Catherine in his book? Let's see. Okay, so what I'm getting here is the Seven of Wands. And here, the Seven of Wands is not as bad as it was in the Barbara Walker tarot, because the Seven of Wands is a card of someone who knows how to differentiate between the most important things and the trivial ones. So this is about someone who is able to focus, someone who is able to concentrate, someone who is very focused on the goal and leaving the ego outside. So Harry is unable to say anything bad about Catherine despite everything. He really has a lot of feelings towards Catherine, and he is unable to come out and say bad things about her. So I'm sure that his wife is looking through the book and looking for places where she can find some damning information to say about Catherine. And the only thing that he will be able to write about her is that maybe that she has done some mistakes. So he might come out with some kind of mistakes that she has done in the past, but this is the only thing here, because he cannot come out and say that she's unfocused. He cannot say that she's confused. He cannot say that she's unconcentrating with things, or that she's forgetful, or that she's inattentive to details. All of those things are things that he cannot say about Catherine, because he knows that they are untrue, and it will only make his book a joke. So the only damning information that he has about Catherine is to come out with some kind of mistakes that she has done in the past and make them maybe a little bit bigger than they than they really were. So he will dig up in the past some mistakes that she has done, because every one of us has done mistakes in the past, and he will enlarge them. He will shine a brighter light on those mistakes, and that is because his wife is insisting on that. Okay, now the most interesting question is Camilla. So I'm going to clear the deck once again, and I'm going to ask, so because I have a feeling that he's going to be more vicious towards Camilla than everyone else. So what is Prince Harry going to say about Camilla in his book? What does Prince Harry have to say about Camilla in his book? Okay, so the card that I'm getting here is the Ace of Wands. So he doesn't have a lot to say about Camilla as well as the others. But when we're looking at the negative aspects of the Ace of Wands, because this is about him trying to find negative things about Camilla. This is coming and saying that Camilla would do anything to realize her wishes in the material world. This is why she continued her romance with Prince Charles, even though he got married. So this is someone, he will come out and say she used her sexuality, she's egocentric, she did everything that she could to get her wishes realized, even though it's on other people's back. He will describe her as impulsive, as impatient, someone who is very very arrogant, and he will try to concentrate on her sexuality and on the way that she used sex in order to tempt Prince Charles. This is the most damning information that he has about Camilla. He doesn't really have information that can show Camilla in a bad light. What he can do is take the information that all of us already know and just turn it around in a way that it will look like she has used her sexuality on Prince Charles, that she was very egocentric, that she tried to do everything in order to get her wishes come true, which at the end she did. So this is what he's going to say about Camilla. So altogether, I would say that 10% of damning information will not get his victory. So he will stay in that desperate place. He will not get that victory that he craves, and that is because he did not get the help that he needed. But if he had gotten the help that he needed, it still doesn't mean that he could write more damning information in the book. It only says that he might be able to win or to get that victory even without that book, because he might have been able to release himself from his wife, and that would help him. Okay, so the oracle deck is a very difficult to shuffle oracle deck, but it's beautiful. It's called Journey to the Goddess Realm. These cards are really very long and really difficult to shuffle, but I think it's worth it. And once again, the advice here is for the royal family and for them how to deal with all of the discoveries in Harry's book. Okay, so clearing the deck. Okay, advice for the royal family on how to deal with Harry's book and his discoveries. Okay, the card that I'm getting is laughter. Okay, so this is really a funny card, and what it says is that I don't know why, but I had this deja vu moment right now. But what it says, it's to find a way to laugh on things, to even show Harry in this really funny way, to jest on him, to turn it all into a comedy, to find a way to ridicule Harry, to ridicule his book, and to find a way to use their humor in a way that humiliates Harry, maybe, or even if they don't want to humiliate him, it's just to laugh at all of the matter, to laugh about it all, to make a big joke of it all. And once they make a big joke of it all, they just take out the sting. And if they are able to laugh at themselves, then he cannot he cannot laugh at them. He cannot do that in to humiliating way. So this is a card that shows us that they are, if they are able to make a big joke out of his book, then they are completely dealing with everything that he might come up with, and they can just make it all go away. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.